Anyway, he texted me later and said he wanted to meet her, so he's fine. Mellow and typical Dash. And Chloe? Xander drummed his fingers on the arm of his chair. She's upset, devastated she had a sister she never knew about, and one who obviously grew up in way different circumstances than us. It turned Linc's stomach. He didn't have details of this sibling's upbringing, but he knew it wouldn't be pretty. Aurora, he said. What? Xander asked. Our sister's name is Aurora. I think we should start getting used to it. A knock sounded on his door, and his personal assistant and best friend, Jordan Greene, walked inside, her dark hair pulled back in a sleek ponytail, her black slacks and silk blouse as immaculate as they'd been this morning. After her upbringing, Jordan prided herself on being able to afford quality clothing and looking her best. No more hand-me-downs from her sister. I'm leaving for the night. Anything I can get you before I go? She asked, as she did every night he stayed later than her. They both worked long hours. Xander turned to face her. Hey, Jordan, you weren't at your desk when I came in. I almost thought you gave up on dealing with my brother. He jerked a finger back at Linc and laughed. Shut up, asshole. Linc scowled at his sibling. Jordan chuckled. We all know I'm the only one who will put up with him. I can't subject my fellow females to his bossy personality at work. I am not that bad, Linc muttered. Yes, you are, they both said at the same time, and their joint laughter echoed around the room. Linc shook his head as they made fun of him. It wasn't unusual for Jordan to gang up on him with one of his siblings, and maybe he deserved it. He wasn't always easy. Jordan's mother, Tamara, had been the Kingstons' housekeeper throughout their childhood. As a result, Jordan knew all of his siblings well, but mostly Linc, as they'd bonded early on. They'd become not just best friends, but a united duo. Despite their different backgrounds, they'd clicked. After school, she'd come to their house to do her homework while waiting for her mother to finish working, and Linc used to join her. Getting her to become his assistant after he graduated business school had been the smartest thing he'd ever done. His schedule was always up to date. She knew what he wanted almost before he asked, and their friendship had only deepened. He met her blue-eyed stare. I'm good. You can take off for the night. Awesome. I'm going to pick up sushi for dinner on my way home. See you in the morning, she said, bright and cheery as always. Night, Xander. Good night, Jordan. Xander gave her a wave before turning back to face Linc, a curious expression on his face as the door clicked shut behind her. What? Linc all but barked the question at his brother, who still stared at him as if he had something to say. Have you really not fucked her yet? Xander asked. You asshole, don't talk about Jordan like that. Xander's grin told Linc he'd nailed him, prodding him on purpose to get a reaction, and Linc had given the bastard what he wanted. Come on, seriously. Why haven't you two gotten together? Xander finished his drink and put the glass down on the old mahogany desk. Want more? Linc lifted the bottle of scotch. Xander shook his head. No, but I do want an answer. Knowing he needed more alcohol for this, Linc poured himself another drink. He was getting wasted far deeper and faster than he preferred, liking to keep his wits about him. But after hearing about his new sister and processing how she'd been raised when a family with money would have welcomed her, he needed to numb his feelings. Linc! Xander kicked the desk with his foot. Where did you go? He blinked and looked into his empty glass. Sorry. What did you want to know? The alcohol was getting to him. I asked you why you and Jordan haven't hooked up. Because she's my best friend, and I couldn't live without her if things didn't work out. Even if she had a body his fingers itched to touch, lips he was dying to kiss, and sky-blue eyes that could see into his soul, he had to keep his hands and mouth to himself. Over the years, the restraint had cost him, but he'd managed not to step over that line. He'd grown up well aware of his father's indiscretions, mostly with the women who worked for him, and Linc had gone out of his way not to be anything like the man. If he was more serious, asked more of others, then so be it. As long as he wasn't leaving work to meet up with a mistress or sleeping with one of his assistants or secretaries, Linc could look himself in the mirror each day. Xander tipped his head to one side. Makes sense, I guess. Xander knew all about heart.